Hello and welcome everyone to the Friday, March 21st edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. As usual, a reminder that we operate under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees and generally be excellent to each other. At the beginning of the meeting here, we like to offer an opportunity for anyone on the call to introduce themselves. I'll kick things off. I'm Caslin Fields, and I'm one of the co-leads of this subproject, which is the Contributor Comms subproject within the Special Interest Group for Contributor Experience in Open Source Kubernetes. The purpose of this group is to make sure that folks within the contributor community in Kubernetes know about stuff that's going on that is relevant to them, and also that folks outside of the contributor community know about the awesome work that contributors are doing. And we do that through social media, blog posts, all sorts of things, which we will cover some of today. Would anyone else like to introduce themselves? Totally optional. We have a light meeting today, so we'll just go right along.
Like if there were new people here, yes, I would. But we all know each other.
We do. If you haven't met everyone, go check out any of the other calls and you'll probably see at least most of us introducing ourselves. So the last question is about note taking, but I think I'll just take the notes today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. I'll put everyone's names in. And that's it. And so we'll move into our agenda. The first thing is messages of the week.
There's this thing coming up.
Is there a thing?
There's a thing.
Something soon?
Something. Yeah. Soonish. Yes.
Is it like a big thing or?
I mean, last year it was a big thing. Yes.
I actually graphed KubeCon attendance over time. It's very interesting.
I would really like to see that graph because I was
Right.
thinking about doing the same thing.
I'll bring that up here in a minute. So do we have any messages though in particular to go with KubeCon EU in London, which is happening in 2 weeks? What like it's so close. More like 1 week now, week and a half. Ooh. I'm putting in one discussion item, so we might just jump to that, which is also relevant to KubeCon. So I'm busy for the first half of the April 4th meeting, which is also the meeting during KubeCon week. Sometimes we hold our meetings anyway when lots of folks are busy, if folks are around. So we could still hold the meeting if folks aren't at KubeCon. But I'd need someone to help me out with running the first half of the meeting. Any strong opinions? I guess, Chris, you're at KubeCon. Arpit, I don't know if you're at KubeCon London.
Mario will be at KubeCon.
Nope.
You're not at
I will
London?
not be at KubeCon London.
So if you want to run the first half of the meeting, we could run it.
Yep, we can, but if I'm not wrong, generally we cancel the KubeCon's meetings, right? The meetings which fall into the KubeCon time. Okay?
Yeah, usually, usually all of the folks that run the meeting are at the thing, but that's not the case this time. And also I want to encourage more folks to run the meetings outside of our usual crew. So
yeah, I have no problem with it. So I can run the meetings, like if anyone shows up.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing is like, will anyone show up? So I think I'll put a post in Slack and see if anyone is particularly planning to be there. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll post in Slack to gauge attendance. Not that it will be a particularly good gauge, but I'll attempt. Anyway, messages of the week. It seems like Maintainer Summit comms are continuing to go all right. So There are some comms going out about that, I know soon. Oh goodness, I haven't started. Arpit set up the tweets doc a couple of meetings ago, several meetings ago. I haven't been able to contribute to it. We didn't do a very strong push to try to get more people to contribute to it. I should have mentioned that in new contributor orientation last week.
Yes.
We should make that part of our like regular thing. We should implement a process to to share the KubeCon tweets opportunity in NCO. Actually, we can add that as an evergreen item with 5
Mhm.
KubeCons this year. It's like, is it 1 to 2 months before KubeCon? We probably need some help.
Mm.
We should probably
Yes.
go ahead and set up the schedule for Japan might be out now. Acceptances went out this week. So the schedule might be out. Let's see. KubeCon Japan. Japan 2025. Yeah, schedule. Yep, the schedule is up, so we should start Japan.
Jeez.
And the schedule for India should be out before too long. Let's see. KubeCon India 2025. What is the CFP stuff? May. So after KubeCon.
Closes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not closed yet. It closes this Sunday. So
Mhm.
there's still a chance if anyone still wants to submit. All right, so social posts. Still a thing that I say. NCO as an evergreen request. All right, so I will add that to my list to try and help out with writing some posts for KubeCon. And we need to promote that we need help with that. We can post in the SIG ContribEx channel, we can post in the comms channel, and ask people to help out. And we could post in new contributors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm still so bad at explaining what you have to do it. It's like
It's a
read
lot.
the
I mean,
description.
yeah.
Read the description and write a post is really all you need to do. Add your name, read the description, write a post. But I end up explaining lots of other things when I explain it.
Actually, we can have a demo for this, like the buffer thing. We can set up a 2 or 3 minute video. Either you explaining it how to write a tweet and all in a doc, and we can pin it in the
Yeah.
Slack.
We might wanna plan a bit to think about how we should design that video to be the most understandable, because I feel like every time I explain it, I just lose people.
I think it could be that it is convoluted potentially in terms of like what needs to actually happen. Because people are like, okay, I wrote stuff, but it's not going to get published unless someone puts it in buffer kind of thing, right? Like maybe there's a drafting team and a publishing team kind of thing. I don't know. So we,
Yeah, that's always been the plan. One issue is that I never explain the publishing side of it well. So there's a few things that the people writing messages need to know, and those are read the description, write the thing, put your name on it. And you don't have to worry about actually getting it into tools or anything. Someone else is going to take care of that for you.
right.
On the publishing team side of things are pretty convoluted. You have to worry about the schedule and you have to review all of the the
links
messages,
and everything else. Yeah.
links, and yeah, that job is pretty involved and does require a longer, more complex explanation. But the explanation for people just contributing by writing tweets should be simple.
Yeah.
I end up explaining both when I'm doing it in this group, I guess, so that's why it gets convoluted.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I do wonder if there's anything we could do. Oh, some of our tweets aren't getting posted.
Oh, yeah, I fixed one
Or
or
Blue
2
Sky
of those
posts.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens periodically, and then you
Weird.
just, like, say, "Hey, buffer, redo that," and then it kinda does it. Yeah. So yeah, I think we could do a very quick video like you're proposing, Arpit, about how people can contribute to writing social media posts. Yeah,
Maybe.
that would be a
Mhm.
fun and useful thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
We should do that. Mm. Video? That's a new item. I was gonna put something else in updates, and I don't know what it was now, but
Sorry.
all good.
I'm wondering. No, apparently not. Let's see. So,
Who
like,
who is going to record the video?
Whoever wants to.
I can try and draft one and like send it next week.
Sure, if you wanna take that on, would love to have it.
Yep. Also, like, is the video about like how to write tweets in the Google Sheets kind of a thing, or like the whole concept of contributing? I can explain
I
it
th
like in both ways.
I'd say it's about, I would scope it to KubeCon. So,
Okay.
describe the contributor side of the evergreen project of writing KubeCon social media posts. Hello, new contributor. You might not be familiar with our group, but we have an opportunity for you.
right. Yeah.
You can write posts about KubeCon. Never been to KubeCon? Not a problem. Don't know what's going on there? Not a problem. There's a description that'll tell you what you need to write. Just write something. You can even have AI write it. We don't care. And then make sure you put your name on it so we know that you're writing it.
अब
And
तो उसमें पंजाबी मीटिंग में
that's it.
लक्ष्मी नगर में ब्रांच खोल दी पहले नहीं थी पहले नोएडा yep, I am like thinking I am like thinking in the similar direction, so yeah, I will like record it and like send it.
If you want to like collab on the script draft and figure out what we need to do on it, we should do
Yep,
that.
I will send you the script first.
Sounds good. And yeah, that'll be good. Oh, that's the other update I was gonna put in, or maybe that's a new item. Oh no, KubeCon Japan social media posts. I already have that, so I don't know
Yeah.
what the update was. Yeah.
Wasn't about India, right? That's not till May.
No, that's not till May.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
should get set up in May. Um, should probably write down the process of. I need to write like a handbook of how to run that project.
The whole thing? Yeah, probably. I thought you already did one, though.
I have the instructions page,
Oh,
but that's
yeah.
for like that's meant for people who are writing posts.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I need to write a handbook on how to run that project. All right, lots of KubeCon things there. Any other new items or updates and big wins that folks want to call out?
No, not that I can think of.
There was one new request that I got. Tabby is working on a blog post related to SIG security stuff. It was something embargoed. So she's kind of working on it on her own at the moment, but
Well, if it's embargoed, that's a problem.
yeah.
For us, at least.
Yeah. I pointed her to Frederico to help her with the process of how you get a blog in, but there's also a short timeline on it. And I couldn't really help with it because I'm doing next stuff, and we'll
Mm.
see what happens there. But
You
and
can always send
FYI
her
that
my
there's
way
a
if needed. So, no.
okay. I can mention that to her as well. Oh, I pointed her to the SIG docs people directly because she wanted Kubernetes IO.
Oh, well, yeah, that's.
It's probably the fastest thing for her to do since she has a tight timeline anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very nice that she asked us for help. And also another
Indeed.
indication that we need a process to feed the SIG docs blog team.
I mean, we have been feeding them and they've said uncle. So,
Feed them reviewers.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't say that well.
Nah, that's
That was
fine.
something
That's
I
just,
talked with I talked with Mario this week about that. We were in the SIG ContribEx leads meeting discussing the idea of merging the Kubernetes IO and Kubernetes dev sites and those blogs. And we were debating the idea of reducing the number of blog posts that we're feeding them because they said uncle.
right.
And we came to the point where I was saying, like, it doesn't matter if we merge the blog teams right now because there's two people on each of them. One of them
Right.
is the same person on both of them, and the other person on dev is Josh. Who doesn't need to be doing so many things.
Right.
He
Yeah, no.
needs to have more freedom with his time than more requirements with his time. So,
Yes.
what we really need is a process to train up new blog reviewers. And that is one of the evergreen opportunities that we mention in new contributor orientation each time, but it hasn't gotten any traction really in new contributor orientation. Um, we've been saying we need to talk with Frederico more about converting his shadow program into something that trains reviewers for Kubernetes IO. So that there will be two paths. You can either go through SIGDocs or comms and become a reviewer for Kubernetes IO, which will enable the work in comms. So hopefully people find that motivating. Um, so that's just a recap on something that's in progress. I don't think there's any decisions for us to make on that, but there was a kind of new thing there in that Mario was in favor of reducing the amount that we're publishing for now and asking Federico to instead focus on training up new reviewers.
Yeah.
Up for that challenge.
And yeah. The thing with blog reviewers, though, is that, like, you can't be brand new because you have to have some idea of how stuff works, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how can we, like, what's the path to making a new contributor a blog reviewer?
Yeah.
And
The
that
docs
is
the docs blogs team has a process theoretically that they mention it in new contributor orientation all the time. Like we have
is the process working?
I think you know the answer to that.
Yep. Oh, God.
Yeah. We should probably do like a mentoring cohort, like we're talking about doing for socials, which I
Hmm.
apologize for still not having a meeting on the calendar for that. One thing I was thinking is if you can't make this meeting, Chris, we were talking about conflicts in this meeting.
Yeah.
We might want to consider moving this meeting and then the social meeting could be at this time. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My concern is that like it's not just well for me, my schedule. It's not just the Rocky Linux community meeting. It's also a couple SIG meetings, and then like my Friday from 11 to 2 is pretty much booked.
Yeah.
Which,
I would think
yeah,
Thursday at this time might be a better.
mm, no, I've got
No.
a different meeting.
All right.
Jesus, yeah, this is what I was afraid of with taking this job.
Is your
Ugh,
conflict a whole hour or is it half the time?
it's a
Just the
whole
whole hour.
hour, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that and see what we can do.
But I will say the Thursday this time meeting is not necessarily one I need to go to all the time.
Hmm.
I could just read the
Possibility.
notes. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll think about it.
Yeah, it's a different foundation's TSC meeting, so it's not like I have to be there, but it would be good for me to be there occasionally, which I think is doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It opens the opportunity for us to think about the meeting time and meeting cadence. There's the possibility that we could swap it in time zones.
Yeah.
We could have a one later in the day and
Mm.
one early. We
Yeah, I
could
don't know.
alternate like SIG ContribEx. Um, yeah, lots of things to think about there. For the mentoring cohort for social media, I am sad that I haven't gotten that set up yet. Thinking about it, it's like it would be really good to have that before KubeCon since we have KubeCon work that needs doing. But also,
Also, you're
I'm
doing like 3 events right now, so yeah.
yeah. Though I'm pretty out of it with KubeCon, but
Mm.
I'm doing next and like trying to be a manager and stuff.
Yes,
Like,
I'm also a manager now, which is
congratulations!
yeah, thank you.
Congratulations! Congratulations
That's
is the
much
word.
better.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I really wish, and we'll have to chat afterwards, I think.
Yeah. We can talk about that more away from our friends on YouTube. We love you,
Yeah,
friends on YouTube. We will try not to
inundate
bog
you
you
with our
down with too much
schedules.
stuff. Yeah. um, so that's I think we've pretty much covered all of the categories of our agenda. Any other new items, updates, big wins, or shall we talk about the board briefly? Or perhaps not briefly?
Hmm. It could be pretty quick given our attendance here.
It could be. Or it could be the other way that happens with these kinds of things when I actually get to
Oh,
the board early and I actually do the whole board.
yeah, that's a great idea too.
Yeah, so we'll probably do that.
Okay, awesome.
Since we have time. Might just be the yeah, all right. Where shall we begin today? Let's begin with ready for review as usual. Spotlight on SIGK's infra. Akancha was working on that. Frederico reviewed the HackMD in February. No idea where that is now.
Wait,
Policy working group. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, Federico reviewed. Oh, never mind. It's Federico. He would give us an update when he can.
Yeah, he's been a bit busy lately.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes.
Hence the
Everybody's busy.
problem with all of us.
Yeah, not just him. Policy working group spotlight. Arujval was interested in this. A PR was created in September. This was in August that Arujval was interested. He created a PR in September, and it's still open.
Mm.
Oops. Apparently, I'm not logged in today. There were some comments made last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know who this user is, so I don't know if there's someone from SigDocs or someone who just appeared and wanted to do the work that we need people to do.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who knows? But that's good. Thank you, random person, for doing that. Log into Reddit or not Reddit. GitHub.
Where'd that come from?
Work is having us do more Reddit stuff, but
Oh, great. Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, I have to do it for the podcast too, so that's on my mind. But anyway, steering spotlight blog, RPIT. That was one that you were interested in doing last year. It was kind of on the back burner for a while. You were working on a first draft. Yeah. Any
So
updates?
yeah, so I have submitted the draft. That draft is final. I have to just add links. I will
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we can't really hear you, RPIT. You said you were working on adding links, and that's the last thing we heard. If you have the chance later, could you post an update in the GitHub issue and maybe in Slack?
I don't think you can hear us
like
either.
No. Joining, it says.
Oh,
okay.
ouch.
Am I audible now?
Yes. But I don't know for how long.
Oh, I can't hear him for some weird reason.
Well, he said,
Huh.
"Am I audible now?" And then he disappeared. Yeah. Yeah. Now he's gone.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Let me refresh this. I'm actually logged in now. You started to give an update in the comms meeting, but there were signal issues. Did you update here? Haha. Yeah, I think there was some movement going on that, which is a very exciting one. Oh, and then we have 2 that got closed due to inactivity.
Oh, yikes.
It happens. I'm honestly happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of
Like,
does tell us that, like, this ain't going to happen.
that's true. I like that we actually see it when that happens. And also, that could mean that your group is inactive, that you have things that are timing out and
Right.
getting closed. But in our
So,
case, we're actually just very active, and
mhm.
sometimes things fall off, and that's fine. I think that's part of a healthy open source organization. Managing
So
it is the challenge.
you commented 2 weeks ago, I believe this is moving again. And I don't know.
Let's see.
I know
Infra.
I know we were trying to do a separate budget piece, but did that ever get started?
Oh, yeah. This is Kate's Infra, and that's the first one I mentioned, where Federico
Right.
had reviewed it in February.
Yeah. Huh.
So, yeah, but still no movement here.
Oh,
I'll do another ping
I
since it worked so well the first time.
yeah, I was about to say I would encourage you to ping differently. Ping harder.
That informal draft was reviewed in February. I pinged both Federico and Akansha that time. I hear that Akansha has been active. I think she's contributing in other parts of the project as well. So maybe we'll get something. All right. Moving on. SIG, Kate's Infra, and then add all use cases for Zapier automation. I asked you a couple weeks ago, I think, if we should move this to Gone.
All
You did
use
some stuff on it last
cases.
week. You shared the link to the mermaid charts.
Yes, I put those in the issue.
And assigned ARPIT.
And yeah, I asked ARPIT to take a look at it because if I recall, ARPIT said he wanted it. But
He's at a stage where he's picking up things.
Yeah.
While doing lots of things at the same time. But
Yeah.
this is something that's been on our list for literal years. So.
Do we? Yeah, I know. Do we have an automation directory in GitHub or anything like that I could just literally just say, this is how we use Zapier, done. You know? Let me go look.
Yeah, let's see if there's not. Maybe we could make it right now. Kubernetes.
Yeah, I gotta remember the URL.
I'm sad it doesn't just come up when I start typing.
Yeah, same. Our status.
Oh, this
that's
is the
annoying.
web page. That's not what I want. I want GitHub. All right, communication. Contributor comms. Automation. Yes, there is indeed an automation folder with announcement bot images and announcement guidelines.
Cool. That works. Can you paste a link in chat since I am absolutely forgetting everything about where that is in GitHub? Thank you.
It is right here.
Appreciate it.
Got you.
Okay, cool. So
if you just want to PR in the diagrams,
I can do that. Let's see. Or should I just make one markdown file with all the diagrams in it and be done? That would work.
Yeah. You should do that. It definitely won't cause you to also write some instructions about them while you're doing it.
That's the problem, right? Like, I don't own all of Zapier. Nigel's in there automating stuff. Other people are in there. So, yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I did have that new request for us, just from me, for Zapier. A cron job type zap to post on social media about new contributor orientation.
So I think I tried to make that. No, I did not. I at least queried the AI tool that Zapier has to create things, and I will take a look at that now. What do I want to do? So I want to standard message about NCO, right?
Yeah, I gave a draft of what it could be. You could just use that.
Yeah. Where did that go? Oh, Slack. Ooh, jeez.
I can grab it for you if you need. This is a working session now.
Yes, let's do it. Go for it. Where in Slack did you write it though?
In comms channel.
Okay.
It's right here. Boop. I will grab it and throw it in.
Yeah, I just found it. I just found it.
Perfect. I'll put it in the notes as well.
Okay, so on a certain day, what day of the month is it? It's like the first Tuesday or third Tuesday or something like that.
I think it's the third Tuesday. Let me check. It is third Tuesday of the month normally. I make no guarantees that is all will always be the case, but it has held so far.
Yeah, no, like that's always my concern with automating something that should be in a calendar or is in a calendar, right? Like if you don't attach it to the event itself, is that right? I don't know. On the third Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, the way that I worded it is Kubernetes new contributor orientation is typically held on the third Tuesday of each month in 2 time zones. Check out kates.dev/calendar to add the next session to your calendar and get started contributing. So it's like, it's normally not at this time, but
Right.
Check the calendar.
Okay, I'm
I
actually
could
gonna.
also just say like Kubernetes new contributor orientation is held once a month typically held once a month in 2 time zones. Check out the calendar. We could remove the third Tuesday thing altogether. Once a month.
Let me see if we can do the third Tuesday thing.
I mean, is it better though to do the third Tuesday thing? If it ever changes,
I know.
then we
Like
might
we'll
want to
just
change
have
the
to
zap.
go change the zap, which means we should have a new contributor orientation thing that says there's a zap that posts this
Yeah.
specifically. But let me see
Whereas
if it
if
can
we say,
let me see if Zapier can even do this. I think
yeah,
that'll be the key
can
thing.
it do a once a month consistent text post?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely can do every month. Day of the month, time of
We
day.
could just do it on the first of each month and say new contributor
Oh
orientation.
yeah, go check out the. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's see. Time of day.
I feel like if we're doing it on the first of the month and it's held on the third Tuesday normally, that's enough time where it's like,
Folks
go
could
check
go look.
the
Yeah,
calendar.
that's a good point. I have to pick a specific time.
Yeah,
Hmm. Say 11:30 a.m.
yeah, anytime as long as it gets
Hmm.
posted.
Okay, that's configured. Test. Cool. Now, what do I want it to say? I want it to not to create an idea. I want to add to queue. Oh, why do I have to sign into buffer? That's where. Oh, allow access again. That's all.
Mm. And we want to post it on everything, I think.
Oh, I agree.
Contributor focused and end user focused.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing here, I think.
Yeah, because Buffer usually, if you're doing it in Buffer's UI, it gets mad at you if you try to do both of the Twitter accounts, the X
Oh, I know.
accounts.
I know. Yeah. Let's see. Can I just put hmm. Well, that sucks. There's not really a place for me to put the text of the thing that we want to send. Oh, now there is.
I
Okay, never
see.
mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Hang on, I got it. I found it.
Like, surely there's a way.
There's got to be a way, right? Yeah. Choose org. Kate's contributors. Tags. Do we have any tags? We should create a tag, maybe. Channel. Oh, I have to do one per channel. Oh, great. A zap for every channel we're talking to.
Oh dear.
Hello.
Oh, heavens to
Hi,
Betsy.
Frederico.
Yes, sorry. Was there any calendar change or hour
Time
change or
zones
something?
changed here in the US.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Because I just received an email, a notification on GitHub, and came here and checked. Yeah, sorry for that. I was
Oh, no
hoping to
worries.
join in half an hour.
It'll be that way. It'll be fixed next week, right?
Okay.
When Europe changes time zones
Yeah,
to summertime.
yeah. Understood. Yeah.
Does that change for
Yeah,
you?
sorry.
That would also
No,
be
no,
why we were
apologies,
light
because
last
the
week.
calendar is correct. I just didn't check it.
Yeah, we should have posted something in Slack about it. Didn't even think about that. No worries. We are currently doing a working session trying to get a Zap created to post about new contributor orientation. I'd say if
Yeah.
you're going to create one now, Chris, go ahead and create one for Kubernetes IO on X.
Got it. Hang on. Let's see. Yep, there's that.
And maybe do another one for the same on Blue Sky. If we have those two accounts, we have pretty good coverage. I'm not going to be mad that we're not posting on the other ones.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to have to. I'm wondering if I can do like a multi-step add to queue thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do that right now, actually. I'm not gonna test it
Cool.
though yet. Let's see,
Yeah,
add
so we were
another
looking
step.
at the ready for review column, and we had just reached the last one, which was add all use cases for Zapier automation. So Chris created some diagrams in Mermaid about how our Zapier works. So we were talking about getting those put into the repo, and then I mentioned that I had asked about setting up a regular social media post about new contributor orientation. So that's what we're looking into. It made sense. The reasoning
So
that got us here made sense.
wait, so there's Kate's contributors on X, Kate's contributors on Mastodon, the LinkedIn page, Kate's IO on X, and then only Kate's contributors on Blue Sky. Is that right? Or
We have
should there
a
be another
Kubernetes on Blue
channel?
Sky.
We do, right? That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay.
Something messed up in Buffer.
Let me go look at Buffer real quick. Kate's control. There it is. Okay, cool. And it has stuff queued. Why isn't it showing up in Zapier?
That's interesting.
Great.
For now, did you have
Refresh.
Kubernetes IO on X?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, there
So
it
I'd
is. I
say,
hit refresh and it found it.
oh,
There we go.
okay.
Cool.
That's good then.
Yeah, we're just going to add to queue, right? Or do we want to actually schedule it? No, we want to schedule it.
Yeah, schedule it on a monthly basis, recurring.
Okay, so I don't need the first time of day thing. Oh, no, because we do want it to be recurring. I think this is a single shot date time thing. Yeah, no, never mind. Can't do that. Share, add to queue. We're just going to do that. And okay, so I'm going to test this now, like the whole thing. So we'll see what actually happens every month. Okay, cool. Every month, but there should be more to it than that. Yes, on the first. All right, let's test this step. So something should be going out. Kate's contributor or Kate's Twitter.
Oh.
Or
Should we make
just
it
go
the
look in
second
Buffer.
of the
Just look
month?
in Buffer and you'll see it. It should be adding it to Buffer, not actually publishing it.
Oh.
Let me go look once the second one is done.
Did you set it up for the first of the month?
I set the Zap to run on the first of every month.
The thing I just noticed about that is that will mean that it will go out on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
Maybe we should make it the second of every month, just as a rule.
Yeah, or well, because I wanted to try to get it. No, we do need to make it something like second Tuesday of the month, because if we post it on the second and it's a Sunday, no one will see it, you know?
It's true, but at least it'll be out there, so I don't care that much. But I
Okay.
would say the
But like
first
I can
Monday of the month,
yeah, something like that.
that would definitely work
Yeah,
if that's
let's
an
see.
option.
Day of the month is an option. Let me
It still might end
see.
up going out on April Fool's Day that way some years, but
Custom. Huh. Wait, Zapier's tool is called Copilot 2?
oh dear.
Oh God. So according to
Ah,
that's what I
it's
thought.
scheduled to go out today.
Yes. So there should be new things in the buffer queues.
I'm gonna move it to be in April. I mean,
That's
it's
fine.
not a
Yeah.
problem if it goes out today, but
Well, that's why I'm having it add to queue, because our queues don't post on weekends, right?
I don't know. Do they?
No, they shouldn't.
Hmm.
Unless I'm high as a kite or something, which I haven't taken any drugs to make me that way today, so probably not.
All right. Anyway, we have 9 minutes left, and we actually have Frederico, so we should probably make use of that.
Frederico, go.
Any blog updates that you want to share with us, Frederico?
Please go on. That's more interesting. No, I mean, not really. I saw your note around the Kate Simfra one. I tried to get some feedback on that, but I actually didn't progress much. But I'll keep on it. Because I'm waiting for the okay for the PR. That's essentially the state where it was. Blog wise, I mean, we had the apps one which was published. I've pinged the security committee, our team, again because my email didn't get any answer. That's a weird one because they do not have a Slack channel, and all the channels that they have are quite specific. Some are for disclosures only, the others are for members only. So I'm trying to navigate that in order to get their buy-in for a spotlight. I'll update the issue with that, by the way, which I haven't. Apart from that, I continue to translate and nearly finished the transliteration of the last SIG architecture one with so yeah. And there's been some interesting comments and feedback and interactions in that discussion around unifying the publishing process between contributors' site and website. So I've commented on on the proposal that Tim opened up in websites. With some initial thoughts based on our own requirements, and he replied, and I'm submitting some changes, namely to make some of the stuff that we have done up until this point clearer. So trying to clarify when should we sync the dates, when should the publication destination be determined, to what extent does the buddy system that they have complements or overlaps with the shadowing stuff that we have. But anyway, it's documented there. I've linked to stuff, and also I'm going to open a couple of issues on our own community, the documentation, just to be sure to update it whenever that one that Tim opened is merged after the discussions, because then we need to make sure that we do not have conflicting information on our own instructions. So I think that's the one that it's most active. It's not necessarily a blog, but it's very relevant to whatever blogs we end up publishing in the near future.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier. I talked with Mario about it earlier this week. We were saying that we should probably slow down spotlight blogs so that you can focus more on that stuff. And we were saying that we should probably make some changes to your shadow program to help folks who are going through your shadow program become reviewers for the blog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Figured you were already thinking that.
No, yeah, I actually made a comment that exactly like that or similar to that in GitHub, saying that
Perfect.
we ultimately need to keep things in sync. It doesn't make a lot of sense to keep things separate just for the sake of being separate. And also, to be honest, because some of the stuff that we ended up adopting as part of the shadowing program is not really done with 1 year or 1.5 years of experience. I'm unsure if it requires that level of formality, because in the end it ends up being about those that come in and keep on contributing and those that do not. And this, I
Exactly.
think, it's organically works that way. So I think that reviewing that is great, and since the entire process will be changed, then I think it makes sense to align with whatever docs reviewing processes exist.
All right, sounds good. the shadow program needed updates after its first-ish round anyway, since you've had a bunch of folks kind of go through your shadow program now-ish.
Yep.
And it's time for updates.
Yep.
Awesome. And we only have 4 minutes left, so we've covered the blogs that are top of mind for you. We've covered the ready for review column. We talked about the case.dev IO blog merge concept. We got a new thing set up in Zapier.
I wouldn't say it's set up yet.
Okay, well,
It's the posting frequency is the biggest problem.
yeah.
It's
If there's
very
any kind of monthly,
there's monthly, but then it makes you choose a date. But also, if it's adding to queue, it should just choose the next available. Yeah, like I gotta.
Oh, if we did it as like do it on the 2nd of each month and add it to queue, then wouldn't it not add it on a Sunday?
It would
If it's
not
not a
be
Sunday,
on
it would
that
just.
day. Yeah.
I don't think that
So
would be an issue. So
no, I don't think so either. Let me see
that
if I
would be
even
okay.
need the custom frequency settings. Or could I do this with just buffer alone in Zapier? Yeah, method add to queue, schedule post. Could schedule it. Oh. Complete this step. Oh. Well, shit. Hmm.
So the time change for Europe is actually after our next meeting. I should post about that in Slack.
Yes, please. All right, let's say every month. Let's just push forward here. Day of the month. The 2nd, you said, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the 2nd is probably good.
Time of day, I'm just going to have it run at midnight because it's adding it to the queue as opposed to doing anything. Schedule post. So the Zapier queue, or not the Zapier queues, the buffer queues are set up to post all week long. Do we want to turn off the weekend days or no? Because those are the queues themselves, not like the actual posts.
I don't know. Do we think there's ever a chance that we would want
Automated
the
posting on
queue
Saturdays?
on a Saturday? Probably not, right? I think
No,
we can remove the queue. If we need something to go out on a Saturday or Sunday, we can
we're going to do it
manually
ourselves. Yeah,
schedule it. Yeah.
exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is possible. Which text did you want me to use? The one you originally wrote, or was there something different?
I think the original is good. Let's go
Okay.
with that for now. We can always change it later.
Cool. So on the midnight on the 2nd, it will add it to the queue every month, which I feel like is good. Add to queue. Same thing. Continue. That looks good. All right. This should be all good. All right. Publish. And I'll go fix the buffer queues on a per account basis.
Nice. Such things done.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a minute over. So I'm just going to say you fixed buffer queues.
Yes, please.
Not post on weekends. All right. Very productive meeting today, folks. Thanks for joining. And we'll see you all next time. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
Cool. Bye, y'all.
Bye, YouTube.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.